Hey,
All right, so first time underneath my 2025 truck, I put 5 grand on it, and I did not put it on the lift yet. So today's the first day. So
Brainy Newey.
we're looking at everything, and I noticed that the brake pads have the old pin system, kind of like the Toyota Tundras do. But you can see the slot in the brake pad right here, and the top and the bottom. So the pins aren't gonna hang up on the pins in the brake pad. That's what the Toyotas do. So they're giving you some room for the thing to slide, which is kind of neat. So that's a good feature. Looking at the suspension, everything looks pretty heavy on it. The starter is accessible to remove. It's got a heat shield here, but I mean, it looks pretty easy to pull the thing out, to be honest with
So if
you.
that craps out on you, you can get
Yeah,
at it pretty easy.
in the future, that looks pretty good. So, um, you know, the truck is, it's pretty heavy. They did undercoat the frame a little bit. You can feel the texture on it. Um, and then, we've got the oil filter, which is easily accessible. It's got the regular 15 millimeter drain plug here. It's also got a torque spit in it,
Yeah.
which I would never use. I use the,
So what's nice about this is they're both side by side. They're right next to each other. You can get at them easy,
yeah,
and you don't have to take the skid pan out because that's
yeah,
beyond it.
yeah. It's got a skid pan on it for the bottom of it, which is cool. So all the bottom of the engine and the belts and stuff are hidden and protected. It's got CV boot system in it for the 4-wheel drive, which gives it a smooth ride in the snow. We've had a real snowy winter here, and the thing has performed great in the snow. And it doesn't have super aggressive tires, but they've done well in the snow, so I'm pretty happy with them. It's got the sensor track suspension. So on the struts, they have, you get like 4 different settings: sport mode, regular, towing, and, hills for mountain climbing, they call it. But I usually put it in sport. That tightens the steering up a little bit. It makes the suspension a little stiffer when you go into corners. It's a pretty nice feature. It's got electric steering, so there's no power steering fluid or anything, and it's pretty nice. When you put it in sport mode, the steering seems to be a little tighter. It's pretty cool. But looking the truck all over, the exhaust everything seems accessible. I get it's a full size truck, but it is very accessible. They've used a lot of the technology that they've used, in the past. It's got the same sway bar. The links look familiar as the older trucks.
So we wanted to do, Steve and I wanted to do this video for you guys to show you how accessible some of the wear items and maintenance items are on this truck. We've been hearing a lot on the internet a lot lately how a lot of the vehicles made today in general, they're hard to work on, things are shoehorned in there. And so far, this truck doesn't seem that bad. There's a transfer case right up here, right, Steve, right above your head. And
Yeah,
the
and
filling,
we've got a drain plug here and a fill plug for your level, which is right here. That'll
yeah,
be
so
your level.
that's easy to get at.
And these are smaller than the old previous year plugs. It's definitely a smaller plug. Looks like an 8 millimeter. Um, and then over on the rear end down here, you got really big exhaust and muffler. The truck sounds great. I think when you put it in sport mode, it seems a little throatier. But in the back here, it's got um, that's your level plug right up there. It's got a drain plug right on the bottom.
For the rear end.
Yeah, so the 3/8 ratchet, so that's all accessible. In the back you can see the rear strut here. It does have the park and brake,
It's
the electric
electric.
park and brake for it, which I'm used to now. It's kind of funky, um, but it definitely has that. And these are adjustments. So it's got the adjustment for the cam down here on the lower arms. It's got an adjustment up on the top here for the top arm for your toe, to tow the wheel in or out. So everything seems very accessible. It's got a full size spare. Uh, and the exhaust is cool. I like the exhaust how it's got the square tips. Everything's really rigid and solid. I'm definitely happy with it. It's got impact sensors on each sides and back here. It's got all these cameras on the truck. I've had good luck with it.
Have you checked out the spark plugs and how easy those are to change on this?
We'll put it down. We'll take a look, but they got
Okay.
the regular coil packs on it,
Do they?
and
Does it?
yeah, so it's really not bad to do.
And we're not biased on this video because Steve and I are Ford guys.
Yeah,
And he bought. I'm
I
like, what
bought
are
a
you
Chevy.
doing?
Well, my Ford, I can't buy an Expedition with a V8 right now. That's a problem for me personally.
Yeah, so
So,
Ford, if you're watching the video,
uh,
that's where you dropped the ball.
yeah, I can buy a pickup truck, which I can't buy a SUV though. I like my SUVs. So, and there's no turbo on this. It's 6.2 liter V8.
Yeah.
I believe it's 450 horse and like 540 foot-pounds of torque. It gets up and goes, and it gives a beautiful ride. I'm really happy with the ride. I would have been happy with a Ford too if it had a V8, but we
Yeah.
didn't go that route. So, but yeah, everything looks really good on it. I'm happy with it, and New England eats our trucks up. You know what I mean? So, I didn't go with the retracting running boards like Tony has on his Fords, and um, a lot of the Yukons, Denali's have them. So this is the system they have here. You've got this bracket system that bolts onto the frame here, to the body, and it's got solid steps on it. And I'm happy with it. It's a deep step. And, everybody that has those um, retractable steps, they bind up in New England, and you got to keep putting the Croyle oil on the pivot points to keep them moving. I won't have that issue with this.
Yeah, we just did it to my truck.
Yeah, and the only other option this truck doesn't have is I didn't want a moonroof.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't have the moonroof, which is good. So now it's got a Bose stereo system in it, and it has the speakers in better positioning because it doesn't have the moonroof.
A lot of times, so what Steve's getting at here, and I'm dealing with this in my 2014 Expedition, my moonroof stopped working. No matter what vehicle these things seem to be in, they're a big, huge pain in the ass. They all seem to break no matter who's making them. And when you have to go to have them fixed, it's pretty involved. A lot of them, like $2,000 to have them fixed.
It's got all plastic track systems, and in New England,
Yeah.
we have the extreme cold. The stuff gets brittle, and they just don't last there. Maybe the guys out in Cali in the warmer states don't have an issue, but here they look great. Don't get me wrong, the moonroof looks great, but once you start opening them, and the day it doesn't close or the day you go through the car wash and it leaks is a bad day, and
Yeah, it's not a good
and
time.
that is inevitable to happen here in New England. So I chose to stay away from it. And when we get the truck down, we'll show you some of the interior stuff that it has. It's got a screen inside that's got more functions than I will ever use, and we'll go from there.